the one that got to the group stage automatically, but
Yeah.
Vici, they were 5-2, just like
10 seconds remaining.
in China, and now they've gotten here pretty
5
convincingly
seconds remaining.
out of the wild card. And EG, they haven't been looking as dominant as I thought they would going into this group stage. So now it's nice to see the first series I've paneled so far of two teams that are above 50% win rate.
Yes, and I think it is important to note that we will. We already have Team Nigma sitting at a 5-1. There is very likely a PSG LGD joining them at a 5-1.
10 seconds
And that is a scary place to be for both Vici and EG because they both already have 2 losses.
Remaining.
You can't afford much more if you want to keep that top 2 spot or if you want to be in the top 2 spot. So there's a lot of pressure on being able to win this. We are in the draft as well. Curious to hear you guys' thoughts on what we are expecting to see here because for Vici Gaming, there's obviously a lot of data to go around. We always see the bugs banned out, Tsunami.
Yeah, Broodmother Nyx Assassin every single time. As for Vici Gaming, which you're going to target from EG, Arteezy's been feeling really cozy on illusion carries. I thought illusion carries were going to fall off. And then the one illusion carry that Poyoyo is playing, Spectre, Arteezy has yet to play himself, but Arteezy's playing Terrorblade, Naga Siren. What's up with the, why is the Spectre missing from the arsenal?
Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't necessarily play the same way as all the other illusion heroes, right? Spectre's not a traditional split pusher like Naga and Terrorblade.
5 seconds
EG's
remaining.
drafts so far have been incredibly formulaic before I paneled them this morning, and then they continue that formula where if they don't get AA, they pretty much always first round they're 3-4. Occasionally they'll put like an Abed Puck in there, but Mars has been their standout for Ice Ice Ice. Most picked hero by far in that role with 4 out of their 6 games.
Most picked hero in the tournament, actually.
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
And it's still a high win rate as well with that.
Oh yeah, it's like 75 plus right now.
It seems that it's not only a good hero, but it's also good against what's good. A lot of the heroes that tend to get prioritized in the first round have gone up based on their deny pick value. So there's just a lot of heroes in the support role, especially that you do not want to pick into Mars. Treant makes sense because he usually sits underneath his tower, defending from the safety of the trees. I think there's a lot of annoying supports like that make it really hard to take those early tier 1 towers, and Mars just shuts that down. Like if you're trying to take the top tower or offlane tower, it's very easy to dive. If you're in the mid lane, it's very easy to wrap around. There's just no easy setup defensively for the team that's against Mars.
I'm surprised. This is always a time where the Bulba mind, I know he practices these drafts and he always has the first 2, you know, you play it out in your head. First 2 is generally something you come in with a plan, you know what you're gonna get. This is close to a minute in bonus time for a Lion.
Yeah, I wonder if they were expecting Vici Gaming to ban out their own Nyx Assassin. I mean, everyone's playing Nyx Assassin, but having that on the radar suddenly opens up a bunch of int heroes like Leshrax that usually can't feel very safe. So yeah, he burns a lot of time going with a Lion. That is peculiar. It does shut down the illusion.
It has to be shocked that they banned the Nyx. I think EG expected Vici to leave.
Yeah.
Vici does take also, they took a little bit of time to actually decide on that Nyx Assassin. So we got both teams. I guess Vici was a little bit surprised to not have the Nyx banned out and have the Doom banned out instead. But hey, Mars.
Old 11's perfectly happy with that.
Yeah, I think any offlaner at this point would be perfectly happy with the Mars. So great opening already from them. It's just one hero, but I already like that draft, right?
It's just one hero, but what's the combo? Phoenix, Willow, Snapfire. Okay. That's the 3 that we're seeing most commonly.
And a Timbersaw
This is another
coming out.
common hero that EG picks up. Ice 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 Timbersaw. You could just hear the hero's voice and know Ice 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 is a person. They're just in game. They're annoying. They're just annoying.
This man
up in your face, just pissing you off.
He won the 1v1 mid championship on this hero. He is a surgeon on Timbersaw.
I did not even remember that.
Oh yeah, no, it's a signature. That man is an aficionado for sure. And perhaps also discourages any potential train protectors as well. So Gaming have a cookie cutter opener, but EG a little bit not so much.
And you've always credited that support duo as being the strongest support duo in the world, right?
Yeah, well, in China especially, and then in the world by extension, because of course
10
China,
seconds
strongest region,
Evil
PYWQI,
geniuses,
they
turn to
bring back shades of like Fenrir, FY, all those legendary Chinese supports. I think these guys have been carrying the torch, and Vici Gaming as a whole, again, like every single time I look at one of their games, they're looking like top 4 contenders, even though they're coming all the way from wildcards.
Every time so far that they've had Snapfire for DY, it's
5
always
seconds
been
remaining.
a PYW Willow.
Okay.
No exception. So let's see if they are going to get their hands on that again. And obviously it would work out well with the Mars as well, being able to get the Fear combo, Wumbo out there. We got a Shrek and a Viper banned out by EG. They're protecting their Timber Saw a little bit there.
Yeah, you need the heroes that either shut down your ability to tank, like the Viper, or heroes that quickly rotate to your lane as soon as
10
possible, right?
seconds remaining.
5-6 minutes into the game, Leshrac hits level 6. You can't just walk at a Timber Saw's
5
lane and have
seconds
the
remaining.
sustained magic damage to bring him down. Very few heroes. I wouldn't be surprised if they also ban the Bat Rider. That's what EG's been doing when they pick the Timber Saw.
Geniuses turn to ban.
Yeah, not particularly popular in China though, so if they think they can get away with it, because we also saw Vici Gaming trying to step outside of the box earlier. They picked offlane Leshrac because they thought it would be good against a Phantom Lancer. That's not a China thing, that's like a South America thing, and then they lost with it because I felt Old 11 wasn't particularly familiar on the
What happens when you copycat, man?
10
Exactly.
seconds
Whispers the Leshrac player.
for sure. And so they may
5
risk letting the Bat Rider
seconds
through.
remaining.
And if indeed their combo every single time was Willow and Snapfire, then I'd be down for Vici Gaming to get a Puck as well and get that Coil Snap combo with the future Willow pick.
Okay. So in Western European Deep Sea region, we had pucks all the time, right? And we had this segment where
Vici
we
recall.
break
Gaming's
down
turn to
the other
ban.
regions. Every time T-Gov talked about China, we had the stats on the puck. They didn't like it.
We didn't like
They've
it.
not liked it the whole season.
Not a big deal.
Coming to the major, scrims happen, pubs happen.
Vici
They like it.
They like it.
Geniuses
What's
turn
with
to
that?
It's never first phase though, and here we see it. They like it in
Fair.
the right situation.
Okay,
It's
okay.
contextual. The way Europe does it is like, oh boy, it's first phase. How could we ever go wrong? Then DK starts showing up as a mid lane counter, and they're like, okay, maybe it's not quite as good. Here, I'm banking on them going for some sort of coil
10
snap. If it's the
seconds
Willow,
remaining.
that's great. I hope they don't do Tiny. I would be down for Earth Spirit,
5
but I
seconds
think that's the
remaining.
main reason why you'll see Puck in China's hands.
I can almost guarantee that they kind of bamboozled EG there, because I've been in this spot where you're drafting in your first pick like EG, and you have the second pick of the second round, and you're thinking they're almost certainly going to pick Willow to synergize with the Mars. And then what goes well with Willow, just like you said, is the Puck. They're going to pick Willow, then we're going to pick Puck. Like, that's what EG I think was thinking here. I can almost say that with maybe like 20% confidence.
That's pretty high.
I think that's pretty high
good,
for the
Brian.
Pretty
scenario. And the fact that Vici mixed it up here, there's no way Willow fits into EG's draft naturally. The Lion and Willow are both crit heroes. I don't think I've ever seen Fly play either of
True.
those. So with that in mind, I would be now validated slightly if
Vici
VG
Gaming's
snap
turn to
picks
pick.
Willow. And they are preemptively planning for that Willow, actually.
Yeah.
It's one of the best heroes against Willow, because it removes everything. You can even remove the Fear with the Aphotic Shield, all the Brambles.
One exception. The Shard.
The Shard does make it very
10
annoying.
seconds remaining.
I hate that Shard.
The Shard of Willow for people at
5
home, as we've been asked
seconds
to
remaining.
That's right. We've
explain.
been told to explain
Yes,
Shard.
Shard
Shooter,
of
please
Willow.
give the context.
If your Curse Crown pops, you get stunned, and then you also now get 4 Brambles around you. So if you get rid of that debuff that gets you stunned, you'll still not be stunned, but the moment that that debuff is removed, whether it is via the spell or it ticks out, the Brambles will always spawn. If you Manta the Curse Crown
They'll
off,
usually land
Brambles
one.
spawn. If you get shielded, Brambles spawn. It's every time.
Very annoying.
Brambles everywhere.
I guess now Vici Gaming are thinking like, is this too easy?
Is that enough
Did we
to
mastermind
change their
this whole thing?
mind?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it should be, because Mars Puck are 2 heroes that are not easy to save against, just because they have AoE control, and Abaddon's cast range is low enough that oftentimes if the arena is on the proper target, you
Evil
can't
geniuses
get the
turn
shield
to
off.
pick.
And now, like I said, they were gonna go for the 4th pick Phoenix.
20% positivity, 80%, who knows?
Yeah, I know, it's pretty cool though. For all I know, they could have still been planning the Willow, but this is an adjustment to a hero that you don't shield off
10
anything. Yeah, the
seconds
fire
remaining.
spirits theoretically, but that's not what this hero's about. Unless that hero that gets
5
shielded is
seconds remaining.
then killing the egg. You have the percent-based damage against the
Evil
Timbersaw.
geniuses
Great
turn to
strength hero
battle.
against the Timbersaw out of all of them. And they go for the Ember. They still have no egg hitter, oddly enough.
Do you feel like they desperately need it? Like, is that something that you want to see coming out of their last pick, or is there a different way to go about it?
They have a Dispel, they have Timber Chain, they have Ember Spirit with the
10
Remnant away.
seconds
I think their
remaining.
plan, unless they explicitly pick a
5
egg hitter,
seconds
is to just
remaining.
disengage, which
That's a lot easier said than done. You got Coil and
Vici
Arena to make sure you're not
Gaming's
really
Just walk away.
Just walk away. It's just that simple.
Walk away.
And EG, I'm sure that they were like, why the Phoenix instead? And they ban out one of the good heroes that Vici Gaming could have paired with that HP regen from the Sunray. They ban out Poyoyo's Spectre. Any other tanky cores that Poyoyo has been playing?
I mean, Poyo has been playing a lot of
10
Faces Voice.
I was gonna
first
say
of
you
all.
have to ban
For
Void.
sure, yeah.
Absolutely have
Especially
to
with the
ban.
Snapfire.
Yeah, we
5
saw
seconds
actually
remaining.
earlier today. He did well with the Medusa. It was also the combination of
Evil
the
geniuses turn
Puck
to
and the
battle.
Willow and the Snapfire.
They ban
so-
out Medusa themselves. I'm not hot on Medusa as a core. I think it only worked out that game because it went as late as it did.
The timing window for your Mystic Snake talent moved from 15 to 20. It's noticeable.
It's
I've
brutal.
seen it twice, and the hero's power spike just isn't there.
10 seconds
Before
remaining.
that, the stars aligned. You hit all 3 timings right at the
5
20-minute mark.
seconds remaining.
Ags, level 15, and Ag Shard. But now it's just another, what, 10 minutes that it takes you
Yeah,
to get
because
up
like
5
you'd
levels?
think getting from 15 to 20 would be easy because it used to be easy for Medusa, but it
She'd won
was so
5.
easy because she had that talent originally. So it's such a big gap, but it's still a strong hero.
Vici
What do we want to see?
Gaming's
We
turn
talk a lot
to
about
battle.
what we want to see coming out for Poyo and for Vici Gaming, but what does EG need? What do we want to see on Arteezy? I feel like Ember Spirit will probably be Abed's hero.
Yeah, most likely.
Seems super basic, but I don't even love it that much. I would be surprised if they just pick Luna. Every single time they've had a Baden
10 seconds
that I've
remaining.
seen, they've picked Medusa, Luna, Drow, pretty much all
5
these ranged
seconds
heroes, right?
remaining.
Out of all the ones I can think of, that would be the strongest
Evil
lane, and I know
geniuses
that's
turn
what
to pick.
EG puts emphasis on.
Ban
I
out
don't
the
think they're going to go
Lifestealer.
for something like Jug. I don't think they'll go a survivable egg hitter. I'm pretty sure they're going to all in the lane and
You want-
tempo of the game.
You want to talk disengage? How about Naga Siren? Dude's been playing it a lot.
Yeah, they tried it earlier against Beast Coast. Wasn't
10
very
seconds
successful though.
remaining.
But in that line of thought, what do you think about any kind of different
Vici
illusion core?
Gaming's turn to
Like a
pick.
terror
About to
blade.
find out, Terrorblade. That was where I was
So
going.
lame.
But it was also the most.
Yeah, you
What
just
is-
like
what-
to imagine that
yeah.
EG has some creativity, and then they just pick the same hero.
This,
Hey, it's
this
worked.
is bubble we're talking about,
It's
Brian.
worked.
Fair.
They won
No,
2
it's a
games
good
with
hero.
it already.
No, it's EG. It's Arteezy's Terrorblade. If it's even
10
viable in any
seconds
patch
remaining.
ever, they make it work. The fact that they're still getting it this
5
late on in the
seconds
draft is
remaining.
almost disrespectful. They haven't been forced to ever pick up Terrorblade earlier than 9th, 10th.
How's the Morphling Terrorblade matchup?
It is Morphling favored, but you're also dealing with a Timbersaw lane, which isn't fantastic for you. It's good once you get 6. This is a really good Morphling game. Other than the Lion, I'm like looking at it now. You also have the Ember Spirit, one of the best heroes to morph into, with the Slight Chains combo.
So go
And
for it.
that was
Select
like
your
right when you said it,
heroes.
I'm like trying to come up with reasons why it wouldn't be
Give me
good.
that 20%,
And then
Brian. I need the 20%
I
sure.
couldn't come up with any reason why it wasn't good, so that makes a lot of sense. This might be too powerful of a Morphling pick. I hate to go against Arteezy's Terrorblade, but there is so much mid-game magic damage here, as opposed to the game I saw earlier, is relatively limited. You have Phoenix, Puck. Like, even the Phoenix is so annoying. I think that's one of the worst supports to play Terrorblade into. AoE magic, and you don't really hit the egg here. Can't really run away from the egg. As long as Morphling gets off to a decent start, I think Vici Gaming's going to take this one.
North America's waking up. 70% for EG, 30% for Vici Gaming.
Yeah.
Ooh, I don't know about those. That seems a little lopsided.
Hey, it's for the series, okay?
Okay.
And I think they voted this before the draft. Give them a break.
Sure, fine. I'll give you a
Give them
break.
credit. If they saw that perfect Morphling pick, those numbers would shift a bit.
I'm going Vici. I have only been encouraged by their performance throughout this entire wildcard group stage. And EG, I mean, I think they're still finding their place. If they're going to keep picking illusion carries for Arteezy, it's going to get figured out. It might just get figured out in the group stage.
Okay, well, we'll see if it gets figured out right now. The Terrorblade of Arteezy, yet undefeated here in the Kiev Major. We're going to find out if they can keep that record or if Vici Gaming will take game 1 of this to a game series. We're heading over to our commentary duo. It is Odie Pillow and Fogged, I believe.
Yes, thank you, Sheev. It is me and Odie Pillow. EG versus Vici. Heavy team fight draft on Vici. EG going for their staple, their Terrorblade. Owen, how do you feel about this one?
Well, we saw the Terrorblade, of course, the other day, and we did have some, highlight-worthy plays coming out from Arteezy, so definitely something to be feared there. But now I've got to agree with some of the points of the panel. I think that this Morphling, it's got a lot of potential this game. I'm seeing a lot of heroes that this Morphling's going to have a pretty good time just sort of sitting at the side, getting the punches in and coming in with the zip-zap to blow them up.
I feel like he's got some really good heroes also to turn into, right? Versus Ember Spirit, it's been a common one that the Morphling has picked up versus, because you kind of have an Ember Spirit on your team. Even versus Ember Spirit, versus Terrorblade 2 can work really well. Versus Timbersaw, we saw, it was Ame who popped off, turning into Timber in most of the fights. So it does feel like it might be a little bit of an uphill battle for EG, but if they can split up the map a lot, which I think is the style that they're looking for, since Vici has overwhelming team fight, perhaps they can do it. And it looks like we have a little bit of a, what do we got going on? A little bit of a pause. They're spamming some chat wheels. Let me see what's going on. Maybe a little bit of lag, I think they said. Oh, they're talking to each other. Ice talking old 11. I can't translate.
Oh, shall I get the translation?
Can you get on it? Can you get on it? Yeah.
I'll, here we go. Of course, a man of many languages myself. I do this all from the top of my head. It's just, I believe they are correcting the temperature of the room that they are currently.
Oh, okay. I think we also need some temperature correction too. I think Shannon was saying that it's quite warm up here today for us casting. Yes, he's nodding, so he's giving me the little thumbs up for it. How you doing, On?
Yeah, I don't know if ISO is where is ISO?
But
from what I can tell, he said
he's trolling.
The room is too cold. We are too hot in here, which obviously doesn't make any sense, but there you go. So I believe they're just finding that fine point of not being too cold and too hot at the same time, and making sure that things are perfect here before the game goes down.
Is your translation on point? Are you sure though?
Well, I don't know, because it also potentially is something about farming as well. So you could be talking about the game. I'm a little rusty, all right, when it comes to
you're getting better.
languages that I do. I'm getting there. But no, looking forward to this one. I mean, Fogged, what would you say, from what we've seen so far from these two teams at this tournament, Vici Gaming and EG, have they sort of been coming in at the level you expected? Are you seeing any sort of standout performances from any of these players? Is this what you were prepared to see from these teams? Are we getting some overperforming, underperforming in certain areas on them?
No, I had both of these two highly regarded, so I've been impressed from EG. Just the 2v5, of course, stands out, that big bro Sunder play, but Vici has been playing their staple, just super comfortable heroes. They've been looking really hot, so it should be a really good showdown. I'm really hoping that we have lots of team fights, and it seems like we do have the resume, so let's check it out.
We do indeed. Looks like the temperature has been perfected here, as EG and Vici Gaming is ready to go. As we'll see if Arteezy can do it again. He's been doing it many times here, the master tier Terrorblade. But as mentioned on the panel, the expectation for Vici Gaming to go for that morph, they do so. We'll see if it hits as hard as the analysts expect it to do so here in the hands of Poyoyo.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to see Ice as well, because I do see something that I really like when I see Timbersaws is 2 strength supports. Being able to explode these two can be very effective, especially in lane. It is the Snapfire 5 position. I think Timbersaw can take advantage of that pretty consistently. So we'll see how they can actually handle the pressure of Ice Timbersaw with Poyoyo and DY up there. Players all spinning in circles right now around the mid lane. Very excited for this match.
I think unlikely we'll see too much kickoff here at the level 1.
No.
I think Vici Gaming, they'd be quite happy to try and blow someone up here, but
sure.
With a bit more of a potent level 1 combo of spells. But EG, they're not going to give that to them. They'll stay to their half of the map up here.
I'm slightly concerned for EG just because of this massive team fight. If they're able to play around it, sure. But I think at some point they have to be able to fight into it, right? And I see only one real egg hitter that's reliable, which is Arteezy, and I see a Mars. You can absorb the hits. The Bulwark with that Phoenix, also just with the ultimate to block out those ranged hits, it can be really strong. So we'll see if EG can withstand that pressure. because they do have a very strong scaling lineup if they're able to, but not to say that Vici doesn't either.
No, that's true. I mean, at least they've got something, I guess, in the sense that Fly, you know, you can always pop borrowed time, shield someone else, and then suddenly, even if the spirits are out, the attack speed slow is removed, and you have more of a chance of taking down the egg. So
yeah,
we'll see if
what's the bulwark?
those sort of moves.
The absorb hits, you know, that's 70% attack projectile absorptions that can come out too. Yeah, let's see how these lanes go. Because this Puck, I've seen Puck versus Ember a lot. It's pretty skill-dependent matchup. I've seen sometimes these Embers do dominate with like Sleight of Fist, but most of the time it's been the Pucks just with the more reliable laning.
And then on the side lanes, Poyoyo. They like the sort of the hero pick for the outcome of the overall game. How's the laning for Poyoyo? Gets a line in a Timber. Are you doing pretty fine as a morph, or is the pressure on?
The pressure is definitely on. They've even gotten a double wave right at the start. This could be a bit problematic for Vici. Still level 1 on the 2 heroes of EG, but they're pressing forward anyway. DY?
DY.
He might just die here. He's thinking about
trouble, We'll get the cookie onto Crypt. It's not enough to save him though. Zai still mobile and ready to go. Cuts him down. Hit the 2. They've got enough damage for Poyoyo. It's going to be close, but he has the stick charges, and it's enough. EG won't be able to push on for the kill onto the Morphling, but and a huge amount of pressure already coming out. Same time, down bottom, EG, they're able to step up. Arteezy pops the Metamorphosis, and they're able to run down and take out Old 11 from this bottom lane.
EG's laning phase has been something I think everybody's been talking about. They're always very prepared when they set this up. That double up wave is really smart with this Timber Saw. Gets the Q at level 2 rather than going for reactive armor. They press that aggression forward. Poyoyo missed quite a bit of last hits under the tower because of that, even missing another one. He's only gotten 4 in 1 in what looks like 3 waves. So
not easy for him at all there. No. It's going to be a slow start for the Morph. And is that something that you see EG's lineup being able to press? You know, if Poyoyo does have a slow beginning to the game, does EG's lineup strike you as a lineup that is going to be able to take a lot of objectives and map control away from Vici Gaming in the mid game?
Might be a little bit hard. They really only have the Terror Blade for the reliable push. They do have Hex. Instant disable is always really nice for Morphling. High damage from Timbersaw, but could be a little difficult for them to punish it too much. UIW is just getting handled by an Arteezy Illusion down bottom. I'm just watching it, chasing him out of the lane.
Not easy for him to do his job down here. Still has a salve left.
Nice micro. Arteezy even dodging the creep wave with the illusion and sending it back onto him. Will end up getting killed, but does zone him out the wave for quite some time. And sending another illusion. Look at this. Arteezy's just trying to zone out the Phoenix with this. Really nice.
Nice, and it's some nice stuff as well. I mean, he's barely missing a CS. I don't think he's missing any at all, really, whilst he's doing this. Just full control here of the hero and his illusion. Arteezy, you know, playing at the level you would expect after we've seen what he's been able to do on his Terror Blade. Definitely something that you can tell that I think EG's going to be bringing out many, many times here on LAN.
Yeah, and top we see again the same thing. They pulled the wave behind the tower, so they doubled up the wave once more. DY does get a pull off, but now it's a massive wave under the tower for Poyoyo. So EG's going to try to pressure this. They've got an Urn, quick rush onto Ice. Probably looking for an early Spirit Vessel this game. Very effective versus the Morph. Makes sense.
No, absolutely. And no sort of direct way to remove that until the items start coming in. So it would definitely give good potential for ISO, especially backed up by Crit to get in and aggressive. A lot of it's going to be down to what we see from the movements from the mid laners. You know, Arbed and Ori, once they hit their 6s, and both of these definite opportunities to be found on the side lanes. You know, you're going to imagine, you know, this Arteezy Terror Blade, Vici Gaming, they would have been very prepared for this. You know, it's no surprise that he comes through with this pick. So we're going to get to see what Vici Gaming's approach will be to try and stop Arteezy from taking over the game.
Definitely. This bottom looking to pressure him here. He's got raindrops, so a bit more survivable versus Old 11. He's got Fly, 2 for the heals, so he's not bringing out more regen. They're just committing for him.
They're going for him.
They're out of fire spirits.
They've got enough here. They do. Good aggression here from PYW and Old 11 as they're able to run him down, and nothing that Fly can do to keep Arteezy safe there.
Missing good amount of last hits probably here. He's pinging it out. Fly wants to go try to catch it, but they're zoning him away from the wave.
They might even... Fly's got to be very careful here. Totally out of regen himself.
He didn't miss any of the range creeps though. All 3 of those range creeps still alive, so he only missed 2 melee creeps for that death. Could have been worse.
That's pretty big. Yeah. absolutely. And if anything, getting the nice sort of reset back up to full HP and mana. We'll see if Vici Game is able to do anything about him again. But they themselves, obviously, with the commitment they did make for that kill, not in a great shape right now. PYW and Odd 11 very low. In fact, PYW just straight up dies. The chase to the illusion and fly. That's PYW gone. So they may have killed Arteezy in this lane, but it did cost them a lot of resources. And as you say, Arteezy didn't end up missing out on that much at all.
No, they've got a bottle, so that death from the Phoenix, I feel like that was actually a good death. He does go down, but he's gonna be able to refill the bottle, so they get sustained. So both sides maximizing, even though the deaths do end up happening.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, Odd 11 at least able to come back in and start to get back to attempting to pressure Arteezy away from the creeps. Holding on top, Poyoyo still continuing to struggle. It's a slow start here for the Morph. 19 CS. Lowest at the moment out of all 6 cores in the game. It's not an easy lane for him to play.
No, and they're killing the catapult. They're auto-attacking it here on EG, so they're trying to go for just tower pressure as well. Reaction to mid.
No such thing.
It's off the mark. Arbed quick with the jump. As that's going to be the first coil put to no use, and a coil as well that was being followed up, or at least attempted to, by both supports, DY and PYW. They came over for that action.
They did.
Arbed with the quick fingers able to make sure that nothing is to be found with that movement.
They were ready for it. He was super ready. This is like a famous rotation. I think it's been years now that Vici's done this. The double collapse of support 6 minutes when they hit the 6 on their mid laner. EG expects it, and they still catapult alive mid too, so Abed's gonna be able to pressure mid, while top tower's gonna die. This catapult's still there.
I mean, and then diving in, DY's got to be a little careful. Crit can get the setup, and easily done so. Eyesight in with the damage, Crit with the control. DY's gone. Got like 3 of them here. Poyoyo. He's not really got a lot that he can do against this. He's just got to run. He's got to step back. As you say, 7 minutes in, this tier 1 tower pretty much taken away as EG have completely crushed any potential for Vici Gaming to really find anything out of this safe lane here. It's been a complete mess for Vici with the way that EG's played.
They put so much focus on here, and I'm going to keep reiterating it. This is the EG preparation for the laning phase that they do so often. 7 minutes tier 1, they're going to be able to collapse now with the supports. Crit, he's going to pull the lane back as well top. He has a double camp that he's going to pull into the wave, so that's going to prevent the Morphling from even farming up there. So he has to go to jungle. That hurts Poyoyo a lot. And Terrorblade, he's going to build the jungle at a very fast pace. Arteezy with a good start, he's going to be able to farm much faster than this Morphling right now.
Yeah, plays it sensible, realizes that the puck's off the map, knows the timing, Dream coils up, and you can see already Vici Game, they had 3 heroes down here without the potential of a puck movement. So Arteezy just fully aware that Vici Gaming were absolutely going to be on the hunt for him, and making sure nothing is to be found kill-wise down bottom. There's a space for Odd 11, of course, and they themselves will be able to put some pressure onto that bottom tower. Arteezy remaining hidden.
Yeah, Fly is aggressively warding and even stacking enemy jungle. So he just stacked the enemy camp right above him, and they're going to use that to farm for the Timbersaw even more so. Since they know they're preventing the Morphling really from farming nicely up here, they're just going to keep this Timber in line up here and continue to pressure him. Crit already level 5, soon to be 6, 2k gold advantage already for the side of EG.
Yeah, it's starting up very early. 8 minutes in. I mean, the thing is, with the picks that Vici Gaming had, and as we say, the power that the Morph can have against some of EG's heroes, do you think they did expect that, you know what, the laning stage, it is going to be hard. We are going to have a slow start with this lineup?
I do think so. They overcommitted for the absolute win in team fights, right? It's Puck, it's Phoenix, it's Snapfire, it's Mars. It's shown with just their actual draft, so definitely does make sense. I don't know if they expected to be that much pressure on the Morphling, like losing your tower 7 minutes, getting Dove, having 6 CS at 3-4 waves.
See, they want to go for Fly. They're going to drop the Dream. Call in for him with the Sunray. They'll have to damage. Fly will be taken out. We'll see if Arbed can get anything in return. But might find the courier. He does. He's able to take the courier down before it reaches the puck. Trying to chase him with the haste, but Arbed, he's still got remnants available. Vici Gaming, they don't have further control. Eyesight, meanwhile, diving under the towers. He's ready to run down PYW, and with the damage from the urn and the chakram, he's got it. Eyesight getting kills behind the tier 2s. DY Poyoyo, they're going to try and push him back. They've got the top coming over as well. Old 11 also in. He'll drop down the arena, jump over with the remnant. Arbed, he's looking to chase down DY here with the shield. Fly's coming in from the side, healing Eyesight back up there, keeping keeping the Timber alive as DY goes down. Ice, Arbed and Fly. They're just going to look to chase down Old Lemon as well. Old Lemon will be able to stop the chain connecting, to stop the Timber chasing. It doesn't matter though. They still get the reach. Arbed's in with the slight. The kills continue to roll in for EG.
Oh, heads up, Quelling Blade doesn't save his life, but looked cool at the very least. But he dies, and we were mentioning that this Timber Saw versus these double strength supports, he just cruises right through them. Even if the Morphling turns into him, it doesn't matter. They don't have the damage to deal with him. And Abed, he's invading and taking the stacks too. This is great moves from EG. 3K gold advantage already.
They've got to do something about this Vici Gaming. Or he's got Dream Core, but a little short on the mana. So kind of hard for him to make a move straight up. He's doing his best here with the bold charges. He's got enough for 1 round of spells, but who do they got him? An Ice with a full hood. It's not an appealing target, this Timbersaw right now.
No, he's way too tanky. Crit by next to him too. He's got Finger, so they do have to be careful on both that Morphling and Puck to just get burst down.
I'll see how the progress is looking for some of Vici's other heroes. PYW nearly having the 6 online. Of course, as you say, it's their strength does lie in this team fight that they can offer up. The problem is though, EG just across the board quite far ahead already. So when this team fight comes, they've got to land these combos perfectly. Bottom,
they're hunting.
Fine Fly. Same time, PoYoYo is able to get the strength morph off in time, and Arbed and Crit, they don't have enough power to burst through him. So Vici, they find a kill, they'll get themselves to the tier 1 hit.
It's just the Abaddon though. 2 times now they've had to commit an ult to kill Fly, which I don't think Fly cares about. They do get the tower at the very least, but that does mean that there's no Mars ult for the rest of the cores to be too worried about.
Rune of double damage.
Nice. Continue to just pressure mid.
Under attack.
I mean, he knows that they
attack.
can't really touch him.
And Abed top. He forces it. Yeah, they come out and the kill.
Offensively. Alright, so the egg will save him. The stun actually does catch up, but can Old Lemon get any sort of follow-up? Another remnant out. That's enough to get Arbed away. Nice. He's here trying to see sort of how many Vici Gaming will show themselves. They've got the 3 of them up here, but without the egg and no arena for 20 seconds, still rather difficult for Vici Gaming to set a fight up.
They're making so much space for Arteezy. Absolute free game for the Terrorblade. Besides that 1 death, which didn't really slow him down at all, they're just applying pressure on the other side of the map, and yeah, Vici doesn't really seem to know how to react at this point. They're starting to get farm on PoYoYo with these stacks, but he has to be careful of some type of invasion play that's going to come out too, because it feels like EG, they're aware of this. They're aware of their advantage right now. See Fly already starting to get in position to perhaps get a ward. Just walk in, face check the high ground, and he's spotting the stacks.
PoYoYo already heading away from the stacks, knows that it's just not safe for him to remain around here, with EG scouting it out as they are.
They're just preventing him from farming it. His jungle is occupied from the Lion and from the Timber, and Ice is actually going to steal the Ancients away himself.
Yeah, I mean, it's so hard for PoYoYo to find anywhere to farm. Yep. He's sitting in the bottom half net worth right now. They're completely punishing the Morph. I mean, maybe to the extent that, you know, as the panelists predicted this Morph pick, maybe this was very much something that EG knew that Vici Gaming were going to do against them, and they had in mind a game plan to make sure that the game would be very, very hard for the Morph in the early stages.
They just can't deal with the start of this Timber Saw. We mentioned, you know, Ame, he did have that way to be able to deal with him because he had that great laning start, so he turned to the Timber and killed him, but Ice is just too far ahead. They do not have the damage.
Ensnared in fire.
They're able to find Old Lemon in the trees here with the slide. They catch him out. Pretty tanky, but not tanky enough for the finger from Crit there. Crit finishes him off. Another kill for EG now, seeing a 4K lead here, 14 minutes in.
Arteezy untouched, continue to get this free farm, going for the Diffusal build again. Makes a lot of sense versus the Morphling. He did it the other game too, where it wasn't some like clear narrative of why he would want Diffusal, but it just seems good as an item on Terrorblade as is. As PoYoYo, again, just shows for a second under a ward, immediately has to run away, starts getting run down. Even Arteezy getting involved for this pressure now, perhaps looking to push a tier 2 early on.
Flames will
I mean, it's just so tough. I mean, PoYoYo, he barely gets to take out a camp of neutrals before EG turn up.
Radiant's bottom tower.
I mean, Vici Gaming, what can the rest of them sort of achieve? Like, what sort of moves do Vici need to be making to just try and make this map a little more open and safer for the Morphling?
At the moment, they're getting ran at. They can't connect with their big ulti combos. They need 11 to get in a position to land that combo, but he's so frail because the only hero they're really seeing most of the time is Ice. Look at mid. He's the only hero really showing in a quote-unquote dangerous position, and they would have to commit so much to kill him that then EG has all the space in the world to perhaps even go for a Roshan. If they commit every ult on him, EG goes straight to Rosh. Abed pushing out bottom.
Radiant
It's difficult for them to really catch much of anything. They're going to go for the hard play. They're going to look for the Ember Spirit, but immediately Abed, he just jumps himself for top before they even get a chance to set up for him. And we'll see what this smoke can accomplish. Limited vision right now for them.
I'll see what they can get. I mean, smoke just about to come to an end. Can already get any sort of setup here. But Ice, yes, still just he hasn't sort of left this entirety of the mid lane. He's always there, slap bang in the middle of the map, just making it very hard for Vici Gaming to achieve any sort of moves around it.
The supports keep getting these wards deep and aggressive whenever Abed's pushing a lane in. There's a ward to watch him, so he's not going to get caught from one of these Vici rotations from the puck. They'll be seeing it. And it's, continues to be Ice just in that risky position, and they can't kill him. Now he's got 2180 HP with the Sage, with the Hood. Far too tanky. He's gonna go for the pipe, not really even itemizing for that Spirit Vessel. I think he's recognizing how much they shut the Morphling down. He can perhaps prolong it till later if he even chooses to go for it.
Yeah, and looking at the Morphling going out, oh, top, they've got the Hex opening. See, they've got enough damage to take out old 11, Impale to follow up. Not gonna commit further though, with the Sunray coming out, TP's coming in. EG will start to back off. Crit, he should get caught here, as they'll find him on the way out.
Dire's middle
At the same time though, EG, they might still be looking to fight back here. Ahmed's coming in from the side. Let's see what he can set up on. As they're charging, it'll be held back by the Yules for now. Old 11 looking for the combo, but he's not able to find the target. The Remnant out's there. Ahmed's back to safety. The kisses are coming in. They've used everything. It's just not done a whole lot. Ice is still pretty much sitting at 80% HP. Even Timber Chase aggressively back into them. They'll drop the Dream Coil down. Backup's coming in from Ahmed. Ice still somehow like behind any falls, but it's taken them so long that EG is now going to have a chance to punch back a little bit. They take out Old 11. The rest of Vici Gaming have to get out of there. I mean, yeah, they do kill the Timber, but it really does. It literally takes every single spell in the book here from Vici Gaming to kill him.
But it's a good move. It's exactly what they needed to do. Bring absolutely everybody to stop this advantage from EG. Meta starts going down, Arteezy runs away. They needed to get something to get this Morphling back into the game, and he pretty much is back in. He's got the Ethereal Blade any second now. The puck also has Witchblade onto the way toward the Blink Dagger too, so a good move to stop the momentum that EG was getting.
Yeah, no, but a big fan of the E-Blade rush this game from Yo-Yo. It's obviously the more difficult thing to pull off, you know, not having that Manta to remove some of the things that EG are going to be able to throw down onto the Morph, but it gives you that fantastic potential to just get kills and have that opportunity to start some of these engagements with a hero dead on EG's side.
Yeah, just you can explode the Terror Blade. You can perhaps explode the Ember if you can connect your spear onto him, since you did play that one beautifully versus that Yule Scepter. They can still look to kill some targets. Trying to finish his Blink Dagger, he's gonna get punished. 11 finds him. They do have this aggressive ward. That smoke that they made earlier, it wasn't successful for a kill, but it did get them vision deeply.
Oh yeah, these are some nice plays from Vici Gaming.
He was about
after
to
a
have Blink
very
too.
tough start here.
He had what, 50 gold or something, 80 gold till he had Blink Dagger, so a very
Yeah, he must have been
kill.
so close. Absolutely.
Do find themselves also a Philosopher's Stone for the Phoenix, one of the better items that you can get onto this more carry-esque support hero. And do a blink on the puck too, so several different forms of initiation. Is this a Spirit Vessel almost done too? PYW almost has a Spirit Vessel too, so some solutions for this versus this tanky Timbersaw will be coming out from Vici as well. And playing around their ward vision, sitting around this bottom ward that got them the kill on the Lion. Crit, he's going down to the bottom lane to finish up his Blink Dagger, and Vici has found themselves a better footing inside of the game now.
Oh, for sure, yeah, EG showing their prowess in the laning stage, but Vici Gaming able to pull out these moves now that's definitely keeping control of the lead that EG have built up. See mid, old 11.
Dire's top tower is
Does
under
he want
attack.
to try and open up on Ice? It's not too tempting here.
Too close to the tower.
Yeah.
If they had the vessel, maybe. But without the vessel, I don't think that they'll have the damage. Crit spotted though.
Find him
Dire's
instead.
top tower is
Yeah.
under attack.
They're able to take down Crit. Of course, they did manage to spend up on the Blink Dagger before, so left that ready for the next fight. But with a man down on EG, Vici Gaming, they've got the numbers to keep the pressure on mid. We'll see what EG do about this pressure and push with just the four of them. Looks like they're not too interested. As old Lemon's pushing them away, giving the space here for Vici Gaming to take this tier 1 tower mid.
Radiant's middle tower
Good moves from
has
Vici.
fallen.
They get the 20-minute mark too. Tome gets purchased right away for PYW. Soon to be level 12 on him for that level 2 egg, which, as you mentioned, is probably going to be pretty unkillable for EG in most of these situations. So definitely back in the game. Arteezy still leading that board, has his BKB finished, so maybe he can kill the egg if the fight does kick off for him. And he's looking to fight back. I love that I've been seeing this more inside the major. It tends to happen at all these tournaments. It's just these constant fights. This is one of the slower games though. 9-7, 21 minutes in. Only 2k gold advantage for EG from the way Vici has stabilized the game.
But definitely one of those games where it feels like the kills that we've had have been more good plays rather than mistakes, you know, from either team.
Agreed.
It's some very, very nice moves here from both sides. Let's see, yeah, Arteezy with that BKB, as you say, he's ready to join the gang. They've got a smoke on Crit if they want to go, and they do. Straight away, EG ready to make the move. Arteezy's hit this power spike now with the BKB. Obviously, excellent timing here. See if they can get the catch on Poyo-Yo. All down to Crit with the blink. He's got us in. He's got it. Hex is there. Straight in time. Crit makes the jump there with that blink reveal, and it couldn't be on a better target there. Morphling taken out.
Dire's
Oh, and look at the map of Sentry that Vici has placed.
Oh, look at mid. They're really trying for Ice. They do the coil and the kisses. It's not enough. And the egg and the arena. Ice, he'll be fine. Ahmed's been out in here for now. He's able to rend them out in time to dodge the supernova stun and get straight back into the chains onto old 11. Found their Optimus now. Vici Gaming, they've got not got really anything else to fight with.
Dire's middle tower
Once more, just everything being thrown out. This time they don't get Ice. This is all the ultimates being used by Vici Gaming, but to no avail. Nothing is achieved with it.
That's with the vessel, a full Sunray as well on Ice, but with the pipe, with even the Van Brace, a little bit of extra magic resist, it's enough for them to survive, take the tier 2 after killing the Morphling bottom. Big move from EG now. Striking back after a little bit of momentum was going Vici's way. They start to reassert their dominance. Take the outpost away too.
Bounty killing.
I think it just goes to show that Vici Gaming, you know, being the 5k behind, they can't really take the fights 4v5. They have to have the full squad up. They have to have Poyo-Yo's involvement with this E-Blade. Otherwise, they just don't stand a great chance at all of really getting any of these kills. Maybe apart from if they do catch Crit out of position. Of course, that has not happened too much at all this game. So not easy for Vici Gaming to make these plays when they lose a hero.
No, and the Mars ult only really catches, in theory, just at a bad because the Ember Spirit just jumps out of it. So the arena and the egg don't really connect as they would have liked to. Neither full squad. As EG, see an opportunity now. Perhaps go for a roast. That egg's still on cooldown for 30 seconds. Should be able to bring this one down quite safely.
So if there's going to be any awareness here from Vici Gaming. It's not the quickest of roasts, so that definitely a chance for Vici to try and get something to happen here. Poyo-Yo and Ori, they're on the hunt down bottom, seeing if they can get a catch. If they get the coil down onto Arbet, they might have a chance of popping in.
He sees them.
He's going to show himself
right
away.
on top of them.
He does indeed, and he's out.
And that's the space.
Fully aware there of the place being made, and it really is. Drawing half the team of Vici Gaming down to the bottom lane. And so the kisses will come out. Ice, he's in immediately, straight on top of DY. I think he barely got one kiss out there before having to try and run. And he's not going to be able to do so. Ice chases him down. DY will die. As EG, they can finish off this rush without any further interruptions now from Vici.
Strength supports for Timbersaw.
Quickly
ran down.
fallen to the Radiant. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Very terrifying indeed. I mean, and it's one of those sort of things that there's not really too much you can buy, right, as that strength support that really helps you against the Timber killing you. It's not like he's running up and hitting you, you buy a Ghost Scepter. There's no sort of kind of cheap, affordable item that's really going to stop him from getting away with that each and every time.
Glimmer is the best solution, but yeah, when you're just your kisses, he can just get right on top of you. And they did have a ward. They did prepare themselves very nicely for that Roshan, both with the ward bottom to watch the aggressive move and the defensive ward to watch in case of any move. GG.
No, for sure, yeah. Even if the Glimmers come out.
Dyer's
Oh,
top tower
he's
is under
got the
attack.
wand in his slot. He can get some detection out on himself easily.
Yeah.
So very hard for them to hide from this Timbersaw. Okay, just a lot of weight on Poyoyo. BKB, E-Blade, what can this morph do? The potential of him was talked up a lot at the start of this game. Let's see what he can bring. So far, it's been a very quiet game from him. 0, 1, and 1, and understandably so. It's very, very hard for him to really get involved. This BKB should be enough for him to be able to turn up, maybe find that opportunity to burst down. When I say that, he's going to get jumped. Crit, he's going to find him. Have they got the damage? They do. That's the more fountain down for 50 seconds. As Crit getting these setups and really being the thing that's just stopped Poyo from being able to play those last few times, trying to push down on him, turn up in the mid. Crit finds him, and with Poyo gone, again, it's just 4 versus 5. Vici Gaming, there's not a whole lot they can do to tackle EG.
They're trying to just slow down the wave, but EG, they glyphed the catapult to keep it alive a little bit longer. Vici will glyph back to kill that catapult. 15 seconds
the
till meta.
Aegis, of course. See if they want to push in with that timing in mind. Still tier 2's ready for the taking on the side lanes for EG if they want to go for the easier objectives.
Dyer's
Of course,
bottom
then
tower
they
is
themselves
under
with this
attack.
RT terribly, not necessarily in any
Generation.
rush to end this game soon. They can definitely take the safer route here.
Absolutely. Still showing some respect to that massive team fight that Vici does have when they do have their full squad up. When Poyoyo respawns. Now starting to reset. They do see the Morphling bottom for a second. Gonna push the top lane with the Ember Spirit. He can rejoin the fight too. He has that Remnant in the mid lane in case it does kick off.
Mounting.
Full Greaves now for Timber. So even tankier. Pipe Greaves, he's got the auras for his team.
Titan Slither as well here for Arteezy.
Yummy.
And what do Vici do? Setting up around the bottom, they're bringing 4 in here. Maybe the
Dyer's
anticipation
top tower
that
is under
EG
attack.
might come in for a tier 2 tower defense. I don't know if that's going to be the case. And EG, of course, with the Terraplane Metamorphosis up, they can look to
Radiant's
just
bottom
pressure the
tower
high
is
ground,
under
maybe try and
attack.
force Vici
think so.
Gaming to be the ones that have to back up.
Yeah, they're gonna force some reaction. They have a base ward placed now too.
Yeah.
It is spotted for Vici. Gonna get killed quite quickly.
Radiant's bottom
Eyes on
tower
crit for
is
these
under
trains.
attack.
Yeah, Poyo definitely has to do that. Make sure that he's prepared for the jump from this lion.
Dyer's top
There's
tower
Ori
is
trying to start things off onto Arteezy. BKB and Aegis to fall back on here for Arteezy. We'll start
Losing
things
the
off
racks.
with the kisses. Trying to slow it down. Arteezy trying to do his best here to sidestep the... I mean, even if he doesn't, it's not too much damage at all, and he doesn't really care. That's the melee rack's gone. They get the objective, they try burst Arteezy with the event, but immediately the BKB comes out. Arteezy takes down 11. PYW's gone as well. Poyo, he's trying to get crit. He really wants to kill this line. Will manage to do so. They're bringing down crit, but Poyo, he's suffering here against the damage from the rest of EG, as that's the morph down. Poyo and 11, they do have buybacks available, but the top racks are taken. They're swinging over towards the mid. EG, I don't think they're going away anytime soon. Still with that Aegis. They want to at least try and maybe force out some of these buybacks. Zarbed throwing in the Remnant aggressively, threatening the ability for him to jump in onto the back lines. As they're going to continue to go to work, EG onto the base of Vici Gaming. They don't want to spend these buybacks, Vici. And if they don't, they will lose themselves a second set of racks here against the Terraplane of Arteezy. CG, they'll get the objectives. Barely losing anything at all. Their only crit that died came straight in with the buyback. Vici Gaming, they're still just unable to do anything about EG getting whatever they want.
EG just smashing the fights, even versus this insane team fight lineup that Vici has drafted. They can't get their spells off. The egg doesn't even come off before he dies. Old 11 can't get a spear off. He runs in, drops the ult, and then just gets hexed and killed. Doesn't get his BKB off because of that. Excellent plays from EG, getting themselves huge advantage now. 11k gold lead, swinging to bottom two. Vici's team fight's just been broken.
Yeah, they've just never been able. Well, they have been able to get it together. It's just never really been enough.
No, and not in the right scenarios with like multiple heroes caught inside of it either. It was only really the Abaddon the one time when they got the big connection. It was just an Abaddon. Sure. And it was Ice kind of baiting them to go for that play there. It's been really good execution from EG. Almost the entire game making no mistakes.
I mean, and when you look at EG achieving this here with this lineup, I mean, you know, as a team, what do you think you're looking at about this and saying, we got to take this away, we got to break this up? You know, how do you stop EG from being this fluid with these heroes?
You got to be more prepared for the lanes. They just played these lanes so well. Arteezy free farmed. They took the top tower 7 minutes because this Timber saw that double up wave, that level 1 play, just set them up for a pretty huge advantage going into the mid game. And just the way that they've warded too, I've loved the vision that EG has been placing. They're watching all the moves, and they're always putting Ice in the risky position, and he's only died the once, even when he is playing super far up. He's giving Arteezy all the space in the world to farm. Very impressive.
There we have it, Old 11, he's going to try something, but the BKB's out from Arteezy. Instantly steps outside the arena. Continues to push on here with the Metamorphosis. What can they do? Jump in with the Dream Coil. Put the catch on the Arteezy. Do they have the burst? They're attempting to get in with the Supernova as well. BKB popped by Poyo-Yo. EG, they're just stepping back. They don't care. Arbed, he's stepping in, he's going out with the Remnants dancing over Vici Gaming here, Arbed. As again, the ultimates are down, but nobody is dying. Nobody's even barely taking any damage on EG here to the combos. That's from Vici Gaming. EG, now push on. They'll get themselves another set of racks. This one is looking pretty much over, and yeah, they'll call in now. GG, well.